I am going to teach you two most important core subjects for electrical engineering, that is power system and electrical machines. Fault analysis is one of the most important topic from where you can expect questions in the GATE examination. If you see electrical machines, it looks like a very small subject because there are four major chapters: transformers, DC machines, induction machine and synchronous machine. That the changes in the voltage magnitude are not going to affect the real power significantly. Hello friends, this is Ashutosh, one of your mentor, one of your guide and moreover one of your friend. So basically I am going to teach you two most important core subjects for electrical engineering, that is power system and electrical machines. Let me just brief you a little bit about my background. My name is Ashutosh Saxena. I have completed my MTech in 2010 from IIT BHU, and since then I have been mentoring lakhs of students for different examinations like UPSC, GATE and different PSUs. I basically teach core electrical subjects, but I also teach some non-technical subjects like engineering ethics. You might have seen some of my videos in terms of technical lectures as well as non-technical lectures. In this particular short video, I am going to tell you the importance of power system and machines as far as the GATE examination is concerned. If you are not aware, you should first know that GATE examination is all about the fundamental concepts, and there should be a very clear-cut understanding of those concepts in your mind so that you can apply those concepts to the real life situations. If you are able to understand the very fundamental concepts from the very grassroots level and you are able to apply them in the real life situations, then you will be able to handle the questions in the GATE examination. If I make you understand that the number of technical questions you are going to see in power system and machines in the GATE examination is somewhere around the highest weightage. Approximately you can say 8 to 12 marks you can see in terms of the marks weightage out of 100 marks as far as GATE examination is concerned. Let us first talk about power system. Power system, you can say, is one subject where you can find the application of all electrical, electronics, especially electrical subjects in one topic, in one subject. For example, if you are reading circuit theory, if you are reading control system, if you are reading electrical machines, if you are reading electromagnetic field theory, if you are reading signal and system, if you are reading analog, EDC, even the digital one, you will see all these subjects application you will find ultimately in power system. So for any electrical engineer, power system is one of the core subject. If you see the syllabus which is mentioned for the GATE examination, you can divide power system into somewhere around 15 to 16 chapters. Starting with the very basic introduction of single phase and three phase power. What is line voltage? What is phase voltage? What is RMS voltage? All these things you must understand, then you will be able to handle the questions in the examination. The first chapter from where you are going to start your subject after this is going to be the transmission line. So you have to understand the importance of different types of transmission line: short transmission line, medium transmission line, long transmission line, how you model them, and based on the different modelings, and questions are going to be related to them. Most of the time they are asking questions related to the voltage regulation, the efficiency, power transfer efficiency in terms of the transmission line. Some of the questions they are asking in terms of the transmission line constant calculation. For example, what is the inductance, resistance, capacitance of a particular transmission line. If you see, after this, one more important chapter is voltage and power factor control. Because if you see the relation between the real power and the frequency and the reactive power and the voltage magnitude, so these are directly related, and both of these, that is the real and reactive power, related to the frequency and the voltage magnitude respectively, they are decoupled each other. It means that the changes in the voltage magnitude are not going to affect the real power significantly, and the changes in the frequency or the power angle are not going to affect the reactive power significantly. That is what we call as the decoupling nature of the transmission line. After this, we'll talk about power distribution system. As we were talking about the transmission system, after power generation, we have transmission, then we have distribution. Then we'll talk about HVDC transmission. When you talk about very long distances in terms of the power transfer, then we go for HVDC or high voltage DC transmission. Then we talk about power system stability. Then we talk about transient stability, steady state stability. And then we talk about fault analysis. Fault analysis is one of the most important topic from where you can expect questions in the GATE examination. Fault analysis you can divide into two categories: symmetrical faults and unsymmetrical faults. Unsymmetrical faults you can further divide into line to ground fault, line to line fault, and line to ground fault. After that, we talk about the protection system, in which we talk about the circuit theory, and then we talk about the protective relays. The last chapter that we are going to discuss is economic load dispatch, in which we'll talk about the coordination equation, and we'll see that how losses are included or excluded from the coordination equation. So this is going to comprise the whole syllabus for power system. Now let me just talk about the electrical machines. If you see electrical machines, it looks like a very small subject because there are four major chapters: transformers, DC machines, induction machine, and synchronous machine. But if you see, all these four chapters are going to be so big that they are like a different subject. So you can say that electrical machines is the largest subject for any electrical engineer. Now you see, every year they are asking questions from transformers also, DC machines also, induction machine also, and synchronous machines also. But there is a small pattern. If you understand it, you will be better in terms of your performance in the GATE examination. For example, if you see the transformer, most of the time they are asking questions related to the voltage regulation. They are asking questions related to the efficiency of the transformer. They are asking questions related to the equivalent circuit of the transformer. Similarly, if you talk about DC machines, most of the time they are asking questions related to the equations related to the EMF and the torque equation. Then, if you see induction machine, most of the time they are asking questions related to three-phase induction motor or single-phase induction motor, and mostly your questions are going to be related to the torque equation, if you see, because for the concept of motor, torque is going to be more important comparatively. Then if you talk about the synchronous machines, in synchronous machines, most of the questions are related to the EMF equation. Sometimes they are also asking questions related to the parallel operations of alternators. For the transformers also, you see the parallel operations based questions are going to be asked. So if you see, throughout this subject, electrical machines, if you know the basic understanding of each and every machine, you will be better in handling the questions related to them. Let me just give you one simple example. If you see any rotating machine, do you know what is the fundamental reason why a machine rotates? Why this rotation is happening? How the electrical energy is getting converted into the mechanical energy? What is the logic behind this? So if you know this logic is going to be same whether it is a DC machine or whether it is an AC machine, or it is induction machine or synchronous machine. Understanding the basic working principle of a generator and motor is going to be same whether it is going to be AC machine or DC machine. So you understand the basics, you focus on the fundamental concepts, their understanding, and how to apply them in the real life situation. So this was all about the two subjects I am going to teach you. I hope we are going to meet soon and we are going to discuss some great concepts in power system and electrical machines. Thank you so much. See you in the class.